Adam Smith, the father of modern economics, once said that specialization will lead to growth. This philosophy is commonly seen in DeFi too. You have Uniswap, which specializes in facilitating trades, Aave, a money market that focuses on lending and borrowing, USDC and USDT, the dollar-pegged stablecoins that form the foundation of this crypto economy. But what if, instead of specializing in just one category, you unite all of these DeFi services under one umbrella? A single, combined, synergistic stack capable of functioning as an independent ecosystem. Well, introducing Frax Finance. Frax Finance, which started in May 2019, was formerly called Decentral Bank and was founded by Sam Kazemian, Travis Moore, and Jason Huan. Since its inception, it's undergone 3 rounds of funding, boasting prominent VCs such as Crypto.com Capital, Ascensive Assets, Infinite Capital, Flex Capital, and more among its backers. What initially started out as only a fractional algorithmic stablecoin protocol has blossomed into a full-fledged ecosystem spanning multiple DeFi verticals. Its co-founder, Sam Kazemian, believes that DeFi's core services fall into 3 categories: stablecoins, liquidity systems such as DEXs or even liquid staking platforms that help unlock liquidity for staked assets, and lending markets. Instead of specializing in just one of them and outsourcing the rest, Frax strives to break this mold by offering the DeFi pie of this holy trinity. Before its launch in 2020, stablecoins that existed were either collateral-backed, like USDT, or fully algorithmic, like ESD/DSD. Collateralized stablecoins are not capital efficient, and there were doubts about the resilience of an algorithmic stable, and many also failed and lost their peg eventually. So enter Frax Finance, bringing together the best of both worlds in the first ever fractional algorithmic stablecoin, Frax. In its first version, Frax stabilization mechanism relies on 2 assets, USDC and the governance token of Frax Finance, FXS. For example, at 85% collateral ratio, to mint 1 Frax, the user would need to supply 85 cents of USDC and 15 cents of FXS. This FXS would then be burnt. The idea was simple. If the market price of Frax went above $1, people could mint Frax with $1 worth of collateral and sell it for more than $1, making a profit. If the market price of Frax went below $1, arbitrators could buy Frax for less than $1 and redeem it for $1's worth of collateral, also making a profit. In V2, Frax implemented automatic market operations, or AMOs. With AMOs, Frax is able to generate additional revenue through various external protocols. For instance, instead of letting its hundreds of millions of USDC collateral just sit there gathering dust, Frax developed the lending AMO to deposit this collateral into various money markets like Aave and Compound to earn interest. The Curve AMO, which arguably has had the largest impact on Frax's growth, allows Frax to mint Frax and pair it with USDC to provide liquidity and earn CRV rewards yield in the Curve stable pool. By adding and removing Frax liquidity from the Curve pool, the protocol could also ensure that the balance of Frax would be maintained to keep its dollar peg. Other AMOs include Investor AMO and Liquidity AMO, covering other AMMs like Uniswap. All these AMOs help to maintain the price of Frax through various monetary policies and at the same time generate revenue that can be used for FXS buybacks, which gets distributed to VFXS stakers. With a mature, battle-tested stablecoin in place, Frax started to branch out to the second and third aspect of the Holy Trinity. First, it was Frax Swap, which was launched in June last year. At its core, Frax Swap is a permissionless automated market maker based on the Uniswap V2 model and is the first lifetime-weighted AMM implementation. Soon after this came Frax Lend in September. With this, the protocol was able to mint and lend out Frax to users who deposit collateral such as ETH or BTC. All of these help to generate extra cash flow for the protocol to buy back and burn FXS or engage in other market operations to maintain the price peg of Frax. Just in time before the LSD boom, Frax also launched Frax Ether, which is their Ethereum liquid staking and stablecoin system, in October last year. Frax's liquid staking model takes an interesting spin, different from its competitors like Lido and Rocket Pool. Unlike STETH or RETH, Frax's model comprises 2 tokens called Frax ETH and sFrax ETH. When ETH is staked through Frax, Frax ETH is minted to the user. This ETH is then staked by the protocol and used to earn staking rewards. Now, to be clear, Frax ETH is pegged 1-to-1 to ETH and is not a yield-generating asset. With Frax ETH, you generally have two options. Deploy Frax ETH elsewhere, like Curve pools, to earn yield, or deposit into the sFrax ETH vault to start earning staking yield. The less Frax ETH is staked, the more sFrax ETH stakers earn, since the same amount of ETH rewards is distributed to fewer vault owners. This also means that more Frax ETH utility and liquidity black holes benefit sFrax ETH, since yield would be higher. As a result, sFrax ETH is able to offer outsized yield compared to its competitors. At the time of making this video, sFrax ETH yield is at 5.12% APY versus Lido's SCETH at 3.8%. To date, there are a few coins under the Frax ecosystem. FXS, the governance and utility token, which started out with a max supply of 100 million. FXS can also be staked for VFXS to vote and earn a portion of protocol revenue. Recently, Ouroboros Capital also put up a proposal to initiate an aggressive buyback and burn strategy when FXS dips below $5, which has also earned praise and approval from Sam himself. If passed, an artificial price floor will be established for FXS. Then we have Frax, the partial algorithmic USD stablecoin, FPI, the second stablecoin pegged to the US Consumer Price Index, Frax ETH and sFrax ETH, the Ethereum stablecoin and liquid staking derivative tokens. So then what's next for Frax? Well, first there's confirmation that Frax will become fully collateralized sometime down the road, and then Frax V3 is also in the works, with Sam teasing its direction on how it'll be closely tied into real-world assets. A recent proposal has also been put up to partner with a US corporation, Finres PBC, as a step towards bringing TradFi assets on-chain. Meanwhile, Frax Chain, a hybrid optimistic ZK Ethereum L2 rollup, is also in plans for launch at the end of this year. Frax Chain's governance will be led by FXS holders, and the network will use Frax ETH, sFrax ETH, and Frax for gas, expanding the utility and potentially demand for these tokens. Well, it's clear that Frax has outgrown its days as just a one-dimensional protocol into a multifaceted ecosystem today. Sam's vision of the Holy Trinity has been implemented, designed to lend synergistic use cases for all of its assets, FXS, Frax ETH, Frax, and more, to self-generate a flywheel effect. As the ecosystem grows, more demand is created for its assets and thus more revenue. Some have questioned as to how truly decentralized a protocol is that heavily leans on arbitrary monetary policies, with USDC backing most, if not all, of its stablecoin, but it seems the model continues to work for now. More protocols are tackling the Trinity, with Aave and Curve already launching into their own stablecoin. Will this be the new future for DeFi? Well, only time will tell. If you want to learn more about stablecoins, well then check out our video right here.